when I start talking, or I'm already talking, and then they come in and they're like, what in the hell are they talking about? So what we're talking about is the whole notion of these safety glasses, which are cool because you can't get like big chunks of crap. They're easier. They're better for, here, go. That didn't work at all.
Worked perfect.
But I can't see. So then I have to go like this over the safety glasses, because if I go the other way, if I go this way and then the safety glasses over them, then all kinds of stuff can get down in here.
Let's try it again.
You can get prescription safety glasses.
I need to get prescription something or a flexible face shield. So yeah.
What if you're eating fruit snacks and the wrapper just
stabs
you in the eye?
That can happen. Hey everybody, this is Matt. We're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching another Thursday live stream where we answer all of your questions about guitars with the best answers that we can give you. Now, a couple of things are different this week. One thing that's different is normally this is when we open viewer mail, and I didn't have a chance to get over to the post office today to get into the P.O. box to get the viewer mail. So it could be loaded with viewer mail, or there could be nothing in there. I don't know, but I didn't have a chance to do it today because we're right in the middle of Build a Classic Set Neck class, which is very, very cool and very, very taxing. The guys who are here are really putting in a bunch of effort, even a bunch of extra effort. We were here till like 7 o'clock last night working. So, yeah. So maybe tomorrow, for tomorrow's reveal of all of the guitars built in Build a Classic Set Neck, maybe then we'll have viewer mail. Well, that'd be okay, cool. Right?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
All right. So guys, if you want to ask us a question about guitars, please put a bunch of question marks, or someone did something clever. They took like, there's a question mark emoji, and you can, it kind of stands out. So if you want to do that, that will really be a good one. And then even blind old Matt can see what's going on. Old blind Uncle Matt can still do it. So Chris, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm glad class is over today. It wasn't as hard today as it was yesterday.
I thought it was touch and go there yesterday. I'm like, I don't know, and everybody rallied today.
Yeah, we did a lot of catching up today, and I think we're on track now.
Mm-hmm.
Just a lot of sanding and little stuff tomorrow.
Yeah. So anyway, you have a beer?
I do.
Somebody said they wanted it to be have a beer with Uncle Matt and Uncle Chris, or Uncle Chris and Uncle Matt.
I think Uncle Matt and Uncle Chris, just including Chris, was the goal.
Well, I didn't know if
Chris
you wanted to be in
guy.
this one, because you're like sometimes you're like, I don't want to be in this one. So I didn't know.
I never know if you would rather have me just read questions from behind, or
I don't know.
Or
so lots of people are here already. Let's
roll call
a little bit here. So we got the Dangerous Brothers are here. Ryan Ellis is here. Kevin Morris is here. Richard is here. Ed Dupree is here. Gary Redburn is here. Of course, I said the Dangerous Brothers. That, of course, is Dave and Doug. Dan is here. Brad is here. Jeffrey is here. Dan is here. Neil is here. Joy is here. Hi, Joy. Pete is here. Richard is here. Christopher Newman's here. Joe is here. Yeah. So anyway,
Joe Caswell.
No, Joe
Exotic.
Joe Exotic.
I don't think that's. I think it's a different Joe.
Okay. He spells it different.
Quixotic.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exotic.
So let's just jump right in. Here is Neil says, Matt, I found a video about 50 tools for building guitar, but where are the rest of the episodes? And then he laughs at me. Yeah, sometimes I start videos out, and like if you guys don't watch them, then like if they have like kind of like a sucky view through, if you will, then I don't make any more of them, because I'm like, well, no one's going to watch these.
Something that you've also noticed is if you make a series video, each episode, each one goes lower and lower and lower on the view count.
Yeah,
which is really a bummer.
Yeah. So which that means to me that if 100 people watch it the first time and 75 people watch it the second one, and 50 people watch the third one, it's like, well,
on the fourth one,
did it just get like, is the content bad? Because I know it's not me. So yeah. Anyway, so we might want to revisit the 50 tools you need if you're going to build guitars video, but I don't know. I almost think that like we have a video that came out this week, which is masking Philip McKnight's guitar and then painting it. And it was so long that I'm like, I can't have it be like a feature length video about paint stuff.
In a world gone wrong.
Yeah.
In a shop on the north side of town.
Angry to die.
Speaking of part 1 of the pain video, Michael Frizzell.
Hey, Michael. The
Sunburst video is so freaking good. When's part 2?
Okay, the video is already shot. It's just the editing part that has to happen now. And I'm right in the middle
this week.
Yeah, we've been very, very busy this week with getting 5 set neck guitars built. So yeah.
Yep, I keep dropping them.
By the way, for everybody who's ordered guitars for the big durable thin fin finish blowout sale, we've got cases from Ike. We've got boxes. I've just got to get them boxed up and shipped out. Getting cases is sometimes very tricky. Dave, I got your email this morning. I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to get back to you. So anyway, all right. So yeah, guys, I would like to know what your questions are, but
Rick B wants to know when the chili cook-off is.
Rick B, that is a fantastic question because the chili cook-off is Saturday. Saturday, the 18th. And it's going to be in the Jim Jimmy test kitchen. Jim, if you're watching, we don't know when we're supposed to be there. Like we just show up early in the morning.
I'm getting there at 7.
Just get drunk off of our asses all day and eat chili.
Lord.
It's going to take a while to make the chili, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's true. What else are we going to do while we're there?
Drink.
I mean, it's Jim's place, so it's going to be that's always a party. So yeah, it's something fun.
Something fun.
Yeah.
You know, take Oli for a walk.
Yeah, Oli's a sweet hound. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, and I think it's sort of going to be like he's a man about the house this weekend because his wife is going to Illinois.
Oh, is she going back?
Yeah, she's going to Illinois this weekend.
Okay.
So yeah.
Is that why he's having the chili cook-off?
It just seemed like a good time to have a chili cook-off. Yeah.
Because Leslie's like, that's a dumb idea.
No, Leslie is totally down.
Totally down with it?
You invite enough assholes over to our house all the time.
Yeah. I hate to be the guy who invites people over. Yeah. So anyway, okay.
All right. Well, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a really good time. So the chili cook-off is Saturday. Now, this will not be a live video. I think that
you can keep the camera on live while the crock pots
are
bubbling and whatnot.
Jim and I were talking about this. How can we kind of do food videos but bring it back to guitars? And I thought that we could remember the idea that I had. You might remember this. I wanted to call it Forgotten Guitars. Where we kind of look at older guitars that are kind of kooky and just kind of look at them from just from like we don't need to thrash them and rock them out, but we don't need to take them apart, but like, oh, look at this cool thing they did here, look at this neat stuff, and just kind of show them off. So Jim and I were thinking, sometimes when you're cooking things, there's some downtime, so why not have it be like, well, you know what, while that's simmering, let's take a look at this 57 Stratocaster.
Okay.
So we could call it, and Leslie came up with the idea like to call the food we're going to make the same thing as the guitar that we're going to feature.
Okay. So let's just take the Strat.
Sure. Yeah. Because
Stratocaster chili.
Or it could be 57 Stratocaster chili cook-off or something. Something like, what do you guys think? I think it would be a cool idea.
Yeah, that would be fun. I've been reading a book. And there are several times where they take the guitar, they don't know if it's real or not, to an expert, and he confirms that he's the first person to ever take it apart. And it's like, really, you got to take the guitar apart to know what it is?
Yeah.
Stop taking them apart. Yeah. I'm the first person that ever took these neck bolts off because they were perfect until I got to it.
Until I got to it. Well, then, you suck if you did that.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, I think that's a common thing is that if something can be easily taken apart, it was designed to be taken apart is not necessarily.
Yeah.
They're not mutually exclusive.
You need to take the engine out of your 57 Chevy to know that it's a 57 Chevy.
No, it's a really. Yeah.
This might be a fake. I'm going to take the brakes apart.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw a weird car today.
Yeah.
A Pontiac Parisian.
Oh boy. Okay, so let's see. So Michael says the Sunburst video was okay. We got that. When is the chili cook-off? We got that. Trying to find a trem for a bass. Heard Kaler, but can't find anyone or where to buy one. Any opinions on bass trims, good or bad? Asks bass. I think that Kaler and Hipshot both have one, and I'm sure lots of other outfits do too. Now, whether a manufacturer offers one or has one in stock, now that's a very different deal, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a Kaler tremolo for a bass in the wild?
In real life? No.
Yeah, I haven't either. I have also never seen a Hipshot one on anything that I've actually been able to pick up the thing and go, ooh, cool, Hipshot trem on a bass. So do they make them? They say they do. I've never actually seen one though. I can tell you though, if you're interested in the Hipshot one, give Josh a call at Hipshot. I'm sure he would let you know if they have one, and I'm sure it's not going to be that they're not giving away things like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. If you have lots of trouble or you can't get a hold of Josh, let me know. I'll call him up and ask him. So yeah, well, what do you think about a tremolo on a bass? I mean,
we talked a little bit about it last week. The basses that I've played, and they've been 30-inch, kind of things.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of tremolo action. It doesn't change the pitch like it does on a guitar. Now, maybe if you had a Floyd or something like that,
you could really dump it.
Yeah, really, really go for it. But
well, yeah. Imagine I don't know when you would use a bass trem at the end of the song where you let it ring. At the end of every song,
yeah. Jackass ending number 2. Wow.
Yeah. Everyone's gonna go to the bathroom during the bass solo anyway. So, yeah, if you're doing Eruption on if you're Billy Sheehan, maybe that's cool. And I think he actually did play Eruption on the bass.
Did he?
I think so. Yeah. So anyway, okay.
Good for Billy.
Yeah.
You saw him a couple years ago at NAMM.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Give him a high five, Billy, bro.
Kevin Morris asks, "Are there a lot of people signing up for the contest?" Kevin, I don't know because I went to the mailbox last Thursday and I have not been by since then. And we didn't announce we didn't have the contest entry until after that. So it could very well be that the PO box is full of contest entries.
They could have a sack waiting for us.
Yep, a mail sack.
That's right.
MALE. They probably don't though. But I have heard from people that they're definitely going to do it. And I got the memo from not from Steve but Mike from Maximum Guitar Works, letting me know that they have the discount code ready when you guys are ready to sign up for the Great American Guitar Building Contest. Remember that everyone who signs up gets $100 off of a template set from Steve and Maximum Guitars, which is super, super cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's wicked cool.
It's wicked awesome. Okay, let's see. Wow, there's a lot of things.
Who's not questions?
They're not questions. I'm trying to. Here we go. Ken Tipton says, maybe trem would be good for Spinal Tap Big Bottom. It needs 3 bass players. Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you are in Spinal Tap, or if you are in a Spinal Tap tribute band,
mm-hmm.
or
what would you call that?
Epidural?
I'd call it tap.
I'd call it spinal taps.
I'd call it tapped.
I'd call it an epidural.
I'd call it puppet show.
Puppet show.
Yeah. Okay. And then there was one here. Let's see. Doing a fabric top telly. How far apart would you space humbuckers? Well,
I space them according to where the bridge is and go forward of the bridge.
According to the neck and the bridge.
Correct. Yeah, more than the other way around. So in class this week, that was one of the things that we had to figure out was how far in front of the bridge does a humbucker go? And
there's lots of schools of thought on this.
Yeah, well, a Les Paul is about 3/4 of an inch.
Now, I was talking with I can't remember if it was Rick or John about this. I measure where a humbucker starts differently than you do because you go off the center of the
pole.
Off the pole, right?
Well, that's one way to do it. Yeah.
And I go off the edge of the route.
Well, yeah, and that makes sense too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
the further back you push a bridge humbucker, the more trebly it is. Until it probably doesn't work.
Here's what I would say. On your scale line, an inch to the edge, the back edge of the humbucker route.
Okay.
And then shove the neck one as far to the neck as you can.
Yep.
And whatever it just so happens to be in between the two, Happy Meal.
Yep. And a Les Paul's 3/4 of an inch.
3/4 from the edge of the route to the scale.
Yep. Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, but anywhere in there, and then as close as you can get to the neck. And if you're putting a pick guard on it, you're going to want to have some plastic, so you might have to scooch it a little bit back. But if no pick guard, I would put it as close as you could.
Lots of people have commented on the daily driver body with the regular Texas toast, 3 on a side neck.
Oh yeah,
headstock and 24 3/4 scale neck. So many people have said that they think that would be neat. Some people were like, "Shut up and take my money," and they're people of note, not like just some 13-year-old kid who says, "Yeah, I'd buy it." No, like guys like Bobby Dill were like, "Hey, yeah, sign me up." Guys like Jeff Prophet, "Hey, sign me up." So I think we could sell at least one.
Yeah, that might be a good class too.
That might be a good class.
And that might be something for people to build in class.
That would be cool. Huh. Okay.
But anyway.
Well, so what do you think about that guitar? Should it have a pick guard? I kind of want to put
no, I don't
pickups on it, so I kind of want it to have a pick guard.
Oh yeah, it should have a pick guard.
Okay.
Which then gets it could have a pick guard.
Okay. Do you think it should
makes it very, very well? No, I didn't think you wanted to do that.
Oh no, I do. I want to basically make a daily driver, but with a different.
Okay. Yeah, I think the pick guard. Yeah, in that case makes the guitar look like what it is.
Yeah. Doug Kaufman asked, "Why not just make a Challenger with a bunch of telly parts on it? Why do we not want to do that?"
Because I think lots of people have done stuff like that, even so much as like a flying V with telly parts all over it, and. Yeah, I mean, telly pickups belong in a telly, and that's it.
They make everything look like a telly.
That's it.
You put a telly bridge on anything, and it's like, well, that's good. Yeah.
And then you put a telly chrome plate on it, and it's completely doesn't matter what else you do. No. But it's like that BC Rich Warlock acoustic guitar.
Yes, that was rad. All
the sound got trapped in the points.
Yeah, it did. People don't know that. Okay, Richard says, what happened to the Telly Challengers you were building? Okay, that was the daily driver body, but with Challenger everything else. Those are have had to take a back seat because we're in the middle of Build a Classic Set Neck class.
Oh, you mean Poncho and Lefty?
Poncho and Lefty, that's right, yeah. I forgot that one was left-handed. Which one was that?
Poncho.
That's right. Yeah.
I still want to do it.
I mean,
how do you at least write it in there?
Oh yeah.
I wanted to put because they've got block inlay, right? So I wanted to engrave Poncho and Lefty at the 12th fret in the block.
Yeah.
And then the right-handed one said Lefty on
that would be funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of block inlays, have you got Andy the Saints?
I've gotten all the design work done. I've got the blocks cut
because I got his black poison wood.
Yeah, I was waiting for that, and then we had class. So, but it'll go.
But
fast.
that's something that's ready to go. We just cool.
Yeah, just gotta run it through the schedule.
Okay.
So only 6-8 months.
I hope it's more like
6-8 days.
I hope it's 6 to 8 days before he has it in his hands.
Yeah, it'll happen here.
Okay.
Quick. As you know, I love the CNC.
I do know that you love the CNC. And Ken Tipton says, speaking of inlays, which of course, as we all know, means
where's my fucking guitar?
Where's my fucking guitar?
So Ken Tipton's is the bear.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Have we done anything with that?
No, but I keep getting better and better at it, and very soon I'll be actually good at it.
No, you're already really good.
Well, but I mean that's
I did bring it up, Ken. Sorry.
A little bit of a challenge, I think.
I think that one's going to be we can make it cool and make it simply, so that others may simply be cool.
Yeah. Yep.
See what Ken said?
Yes, I did.
Kevin, sorry.
Yeah, Kevin writes, are you guys still naming the guitars and no serial numbers? That's way better. Yeah, we don't put serial numbers on the guitars. And it is not unheard of for us to write things in the guitar.
A name, a phrase, favorite song lyric.
Glue a little plastic thing in there.
Yeah. So as a rule, no. As a practice, yeah, we do that more often than not. And sometimes it's in there and it gets painted over and you can't see it anymore. So it's still there.
So here's a common misconception.
Okay.
What is a serial number for?
A lot of people think that a serial number is for one thing. What it is actually for is for the factory.
The manufacturer.
The manufacturer cares more about that.
Be able to keep track of product after it's entered the world, and if there's an issue with it, they can offer a recall.
Now, in some instances, in some product instances, that's not exactly 100% true. So some like firearms, for example, sold in the United States are required to have a serial number.
Yeah, and that's to keep track of. Yeah,
I suppose that a vehicle identification number or a VIN is a type of serial number, and that's not just used for factory recalls and stuff.
Right.
That does other things too. But,
yeah.
But as far as like guitars are concerned, serial numbers are not something that is for you guys. It's for the manufacturer. We get to reap the benefits of that.
Yeah. You should just engrave your social security number on the back plate. That's the best way to keep track of your instrument.
With your full name, your birthday, your mother's maiden name.
Yeah. And where your first car and what city your high school.
Yeah.
So but the problem with writing things inside the guitar was that my wife kept wanting to know what's the name of this guitar for the tag. And I'm like, well, I don't fucking know. And I'm not going to take it apart. And it was a whole thing. And I'm like, no, none of that stuff. If you get something written in your guitar, good. And if you don't, then that's just tough shit.
At me?
Yeah. Well, because it's your thing. You're the one who, was like made a big deal. You kind of took something that was an inside gag and made it a thing, and
just
now
for
it's
the Texas Toast Days.
Yeah. So anyway,
you're welcome for helping.
Yes, thank you for helping. I love you more and more every day.
Oh yeah, I know what that means.
What does it mean?
Bless your heart.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a question that got skipped over because it wasn't led with question marks.
Okay.
Scott Lennon, do you ever get all science and calculate where the high and low peaks are when the string vibrates?
Nope.
No science here.
No. I think a lot of that stuff is, it's not really my style. What do you think about that? I mean, I know what that picture looks like, and
So I don't. We go off of classic kind of designs, and Gibson does it there. Okay, and like. Like on a Strat, the harmonic is right in front of the front pickup.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't the pickup right underneath it if it makes that much of a difference? I don't know.
And there are
Maybe
people, as you know, that that say, well, it ought to be there.
Okay. Yeah, but the pickup still picks it up.
Yeah.
Actually picks it up really well.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't put a lot of emphasis on stuff like that. I think that's sort of missing the forest for the trees. And like if you're gonna get wrapped up around the axle about that kind of stuff, then where does it stop? You know, pretty soon you're tapping on pick guard material to make sure it sounds right, and yeah,
killing tortoises for picks.
Yeah. So somebody asked, I'm sorry, I don't know where the question is, but stainless steel versus cryo wire versus nickel. I don't have a problem with stainless steel frets, but I don't use it unless somebody specifically asks for it. Stainless is a lot harder to work with. It's not like it can't be done, but it's harder to work.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the cryo wire is cool, but I don't know that it offers any sonic advantage over regular standard nickel.
Yeah,
steel.
people say stainless sounds brighter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When you have a custom guitar built, if you're relying on the guitar builder to give you all of the best possible advice he can, you might be asking the wrong person the right question. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what do you think about this finish? Well, that's a pain in the ass to do. So no, you don't want that. Or what do you think about these frets? That's a pain in the ass to do. I'm not going to do that. Or I'm going to charge you more for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so get a list of what you want. And it doesn't matter what I want, because I'm not going to be the one playing it. It doesn't matter what Chris or Brad Angove or anybody else wants your guitar to be like. This is your guitar. You should have it be what you want. You need to know. And if you just go, wow, I think that sounds cool, then you probably don't need it. You know what I mean? There's lots and lots and lots of awesome songs that you already like that were recorded by people who didn't give a toss what kind of frets or where the pickup was in relation to the harmonic. And they somehow managed to write awesome songs and play awesome guitar. If you're just getting it because you think it's neat, then okay, cool. If it gives you the fizz, okay, cool. But if you want it just because you think guys on the forum are going to think you're cool, then that doesn't happen.
Well, Ken said they never wear out.
Well, yeah, there are some advantages to them, and one of them is that they last a long, long time.
And it takes a long, long time to get them in just right.
Well, yeah, and again, it's if you want stainless frets, cool. If you have a reason, if you wear out frets, then get stainless. Good. If you want them just because you want them, cool. If you want them because I think you should have them, no. Does that make any sense at all? I mean, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's we talk about that first cool, second cool thing a lot. The notion of what does it actually do that's quantifiable? They last longer. Okay, cool. If that's something that you need and you're willing to pay the premium to get it, happy meal for you. If you want them just because you want them, okay, then I'm not going to say, no, you shouldn't get them. You shouldn't want that. That's dumb, right? But if you want them because that's what the prevailing forum thread is that week, then I wouldn't do that. So yes. Okay, looks like we have a super chat here from Dave. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you, Dave. Dave has a problem.
Yeah.
He has a SG problem. He posted an Instagram picture.
Oh, yeah.
Of all of his SGs, including his Texas Toast Prostitute.
Oh.
And yeah, he's got a bunch.
Yeah.
He's got a bunch. He's got like an Angus Young amount of SGs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Looks
Glad
like
we could have one in the mix.
I know it's cool. Okay. I think we missed some questions here.
There was one I'm looking back at.
Here's one. Have you guys ever built anything like an Alvarez Dynascoop?
No.
No. I don't know what that is. So
That's the one. It's a 24 fret neck, I think, and it has the route that goes all the way.
A dynamic
up past
scoop.
The heel. So it's just held on by you would know exactly what it is. It's a shreddy metal looking guitar. Yeah, with a big and I think it's 24. It might be 27 or 28 frets.
It's funny. We get a lot of people ask us, like, why do you put this extra little meat on the cutaway part of your guitar? I need more access to that. And I'm like, well, I don't. But the whole, like, I need to have unencumbered access to every single fret is a problem of a handful of people. You know what I mean? So like our Les Paul, the Kaiser Blade, the Les Paul no cutaway has no unencumbered access past the 16th fret. And yet everybody who picks it up, real shreddy guitar guys, pick it up and they will not put it down. Scott Dahlhoover from Dangerous Toys did not want to put that guitar down. Paul Shellooe, who's a badass jam player. Everybody who picks it up who can play doesn't want to put it down. And then like our Challenger shape, there's that little something extra that I think is beneficial to the neck in terms of design. And people are like, I could never play that because I need to only play like from the 16th fret towards the bridge is all I know how to do. Well, then our guitars aren't for you, for one thing. But there are a lot of, I started deep diving. There are people who are more popular than us and have sold more guitars than you and I probably ever will. And they have that too.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
You know what I mean? Joe Nags has that on his guitars.
He does.
All the Collings single cuts and some of the double cuts have that too.
Yeah.
And they do that because for neck stability, not because they want you to not play that upper register. But yeah. So
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm missing a lot of things here.
No, you're not.
That was quite the rant.
Tony Lopes threw down some beer money. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony. How are you, man? I got to get a Tony an email because this is going in Tony's Cavaquejo.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's jump in and see what else we got. Neil says, I like your pencil holder.
Your ponytail.
Do I have a pencil in my?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you look like a middle school librarian.
Yeah, schoolmarm.
I had 2 or 3 in here yesterday, or no, earlier today.
Or you're like the secretary in the office.
And the Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yeah. How many can I get in there before they start falling out? All right. Are there any more questions here? Let's see.
Not that I can see. I don't.
Is that a challenge?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think you could get a lot.
We're gonna your head look like a Kerplunk game.
George Davis.
Hi, George.
Did you spray the back of Phil's neck with Simtech? And can you explain why 2 separate bursts, front and back?
Yes, we sprayed the back of Phil's neck with Simtech. And I don't know if I want to go into why 2 separate bursts. I guess I could say that guitar was originally going to have our durable thin finish on the sides and back. And so it would have a hybrid finish. Durable thin finish on the back with full boat finish on the top. And what did we decide to do?
On the during that guitar's journey through paint, I think we just thought that the durable thin wasn't gonna go. I think there was some weird little spots, and we want this guitar to be, kind of a cut above.
Yeah.
And we didn't think that the durable thin finish was the right thing to do on that. So we continued sealing it up until it was flat, but retained the original burst that we did for the durable thin. It was just a different approach to that guitar. We were trying something new. We did that on that one and another one at the same time, and
we weren't really happy with either one, right?
No, that whole process turned out to be way more difficult than it probably should be.
Yeah.
So we just went kind of back and did, but we liked the burst on fills on the back, so we kept it.
Yeah.
So
we're always trying new stuff here in the shop, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
To be fair, I will tell you this, and this is no lie. The durable thin finish is an easier finish to do, and so it's almost a price point finish. And we thought we would try it out, and we talked to Phil about it, and we're like, well, what do you think, man? And he's like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. I'll like whatever you want, or he didn't say I'll like whatever you want. He said, I'll like whatever you guys send me. So send me something that you want to make, a number of, because I'll see if I can help you sell some of them. So we're like, well, let's try this out. And then it didn't work out. So yeah. Again, Phil McKnight is an ally of Texas Toast Guitars, and he's been I don't know if you can say a fan, but he's always been very helpful and has been there for us when he didn't need to be there for us. So yeah. What are you drinking there?
LaCroix.
Some kind of fancy beer?
It's La Croix, darling.
Ah, La Croix, darling. All right. So we have anything else here?
Yeah, it's not led with my phone.
There's some people who don't like the question leading off the question.
Well, you know what? They just get excited. Give me a second.
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
Scott Lennon says, I'm no expert, just curious. I like the idea of standing on the shoulders of giants, so it makes sense to use those classics as a jumping off point. Okay, so Scott must have asked about the whole, but have you ever done one where the strings vibrate at a certain point? And or like, is that a big deal to us? And,
okay.
And yeah, so
yeah.
You're right, Scott. Sometimes just like giving people something that they are used to is an easier battle than giving something to someone that's very new and like, I don't know if I
Gretschmeyer.
Gretschmeyer.
What materials to buy to practice sealer, color, and clear coat finishes?
Okay, that's a good question, because we have wondered about a painting class for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And if you had let's say you had, I don't know, a dozen bodies cut out of some kind of wood, what would be the ideal thing as like a starter or a practice? Because you'd have to make it something that was easy to do, that it's easier than just making the whole damn guitar. You know what I mean? But would also take the finish the same way.
Well, I don't even know that it would necessarily have to take the finish the same way. I guess it kind of depends on what kind of finish you want and what, I mean, doing a burst is very different than spraying a solid color.
Yeah.
So if you're just practicing finishing solid colors, that's one thing. If you're practicing, then it's mostly just, get the guitar and go for it.
Let's say that you wanted to come up with a amorphous blob that was the perfect guitar paint trainer.
Okay.
So I would think like it could be 4/4 maple, it could be slim maple. It should have a straight edge on it. And it should be bound, or seal it and practice the faux binding. But I think something like that would be pretty good. You know what I mean? Because you can come off the router basically ready to paint. You wouldn't have to spend a buttload of time sanding and
auto paint stores have these cards that are white that take paint like primed automotive stuff takes paint. You could have something that's covered in that, or taped onto that, or maybe cut it out, something like that. That would work.
The problem with some of the stuff is, well, I'm going to build a template that's a practice thing. At that point, you might as well just make the whole dang body.
Well, yeah, and you might as well just go for it. And if you hate it, sand it off.
Yeah.
Or wipe it off, or do whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
One of the neat things about if you use a product like Simtech is your sealer. If you spray color on it and you hate it, you can take reducer and wipe it off, and it won't hurt the Simtech.
Now, okay, this is going to floor some people because they go, well, how do you get through the clear coat?
Well, you don't put the clear on.
That's the key. So yeah. If you don't like
You do it right
coat,
away. Yeah.
So you've got a sealer coat,
Uh-huh.
base coat.
Yeah.
You've got a mid coat. That's the color part. And then you
Yeah.
have a top coat.
Uh-huh.
That's the clear. Now the clear is usually a catalyzing product.
Yeah, and it gets hard.
And yeah, I mean, you can get it off of there,
Uh-huh.
but it's not
But the
like
middle,
you just
in the middle, and really, if you had just sprayed the clear and
Mhm.
it got all gunked up and jacked up, you could, before it dries, wipe all that shit off. But as soon as it gets hard, then you have to sand it off or chemically remove
People
it.
ask me
But
a
the
lot of
base-
these questions
the
in the
colors
video.
coat wipes right off. It's actually not that hard. So
Well, that might be a fun video too.
yeah, we
To
could
do a
that.
lousy job of something and then wipe.
I
the
hate
color
wiping them off. But
Do you? Okay.
But I mean, but we could do that, where you go squirt, squirt. Oh no, I don't like that.
Mhm.
Wipe it off, let it sit for a little bit. Rub it off with some Scotch Brite.
Okay.
Clean it again and shoot it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to do the whole thing. We can just do a little patch.
Just do a little patch. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we've got a lot more paint videos coming at you guys because you guys have asked for them. And
People get really, really confused.
someone was like, well, do you mask the binding or do you seal over the binding? And I'm like, well, yeah, we do both things. We seal over the binding and then we
Uh-huh.
mask the binding. He's
Yeah.
like, no. Do you mask the binding before you seal it? And I'm like, no, why on earth would we do,
Yeah,
would we
you
do
wanna,
that?
You want to put a candy shell on the whole thing.
Colorful candy shell over the
Yeah.
whole shoe.
M&Ms don't have.
Do you
their
mask
binding
off the peanut?
M? You mask off the M?
You mask off
No,
the
that
peanut.
goes on afterwards. Yeah.
and then
mask
you
off
put the
peanut,
colorful
and you put
candy shell.
the chocolate on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
anyway.
I think there's a lot of misinformation floating around out there.
Mhm.
Now, one thing that you will not get from Chris and myself in a paint video is this: how to do an amazing finish with the cheapest hunk of shit can of paint you can get. Okay, so or with rattle cans, or with lacquer, or with what's that duplicolor stuff, which is just lacquer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not going to change the way we do things to make videos, but what we will do is provide the most quality content we can for people who want a good finish and are willing to kind of go out and get this stuff. If you're looking for something that can be done with the least possible amount of expenditure, there are other videos out there that are already available. Now, and I'm not throwing shade at Brad, but Brad already made all those videos.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
He did a good job with those videos.
yeah, and he also did videos where he's got like, the real live big boy spray guns and stuff. So everything from rattle cans to a professional setup, Brad's done a lot of those videos.
Uh-huh.
We're going to redo some of them because we do stuff a little differently than Brad does. And that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not going to redo the, how to make something with a rattle can or that. What is that? Prevail sprayer.
Oh,
or
this
anything
Prevail
like that.
sprayer. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The funny thing about a Prevail sprayer is you still have to have regular paint.
Mhm.
You still have to have the paint to put in the Prevail gun.
Mhm.
And those things aren't that cheap. And you can buy, it's not like you can't go out and buy a cheap spray gun now.
But no, you can go out and buy a cheap. So it is
Yeah.
like that.
No, but what I mean is back in the day, a spray gun was not an inexpensive thing. The cheapest spray gun that we could get in 1985 was a Buffalo brand from like Tool King.
Okay.
And I think it was $100.
Wow.
And it
That's
was
because everything
piece
made back then was better
of
and not
crap.
disposable.
it was still a piece of
There was
crap.
a piece of
And then we
crap.
got a better one later, and it was like $250 or something like that. It was an expensive gun.
Yeah.
And now you can go out and go to Amazon and get a really nice little detail gun for $25.
Yeah.
And it comes with a keychain.
You got
So
that
it's
going,
not,
too.
yeah. And then you buy the paint, and it's not that expensive to get into good paint.
Yep.
And you can even spray it outside. You got to be careful when you do it, can't spray it in a gale wind.
Please note that Texas Toast does not advocate you using paint gear outside or in any unlawful manner. Please check all local laws and ordinances,
Sure.
et cetera, et cetera.
Sure.
Mucho preguntas.
Yeah. Nobody's ever sprayed anything outside.
No. Hey, I'm not saying no one has,
Someone
but
the
I'm
other
not
night was
recommending
coming
you
through
did that.
The vent in the it was coming through the swamp cooler.
That's right. Someone was shooting paint in my neighborhood the other night.
They're painting a car in their garage. Yeah.
See?
Assholes.
Yeah.
We would
You're
never
spraying
do that.
a little tiny thing like a guitar versus a
So-
gallon and a half of paint on a
Mucho
car.
preguntas.
All right. Okay. Go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Kevin Morris wants to know, did Phil get to request anything, or y'all just sending what you choose? You kind of answered, but I'm curious.
Phil did not get to request anything. I called him and I said, "Hey, we're going to do this for you. What do you want?" And he said, I don't want to know. I want to be surprised." But he gave me some guidelines. And one of them was, if you send anything to a YouTube reviewer, put their logo on it somewhere so that it is like, made for them. And I'm like, okay. So we put his name on the fretboard, and people were like, he's going to hate that. Blah, 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 blah. And I sent him a picture of it, and he's like, oh my God, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. So yeah.
Well, his handle on everything is Philip McKnight.
Yeah.
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 Okay, here we go. From Joe Exotic.
Hey.
This goes back a little bit. Is regular water not good enough for you? No, darling, it's La Croix.
What's the matter
Yes,
with you?
it's
Did you
better.
go for regular water?
There was only one beer left.
Oh, really?
No,
We're going out
there's
for-
some behind the wall.
We're going to steak night tonight, and there's going to be Shiner Bach there.
Right. Yeah, and I was like, I can wait for steak night.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Jeffrey Egan wants to know, have you guys ever made anything with gold foil pickups?
We did, didn't we?
Yeah,
Didn't
the
you
purple
buy-
guitar. wasn't
No, that's gold leaf. Didn't you do
Yeah.
something with a gold foil pickup?
No.
Oh, okay. That shows you what I know.
We
There-
did not.
it? Daryl Hazelwood. When
Who's coming next?
Is he?
month.
Next month?
Is he?
Yes.
Cool.
When planning a guitar build, why would you choose a hardtail versus a Tunomatic bridge? Are there advantages for each?
Okay. When you say hardtail, I'm imagining you mean like a Stratocaster hardtail style, a Fender style hardtail versus a Tunomatic and stoptail, which is a Gibson style stoptail. Yeah, neck angle. So we can talk about this when you come out next month, but the neck angle needs to be more if you're using a Gibson style bridge. And so that's kind of nice because the neck is kind of kicked back a little bit. So it's 2-degree angle. It's 2 degrees at the joint, which means that by the time it gets out here, it's very easy to play. So Gibsons, I think, are slightly easier to play because of that angle, but I don't necessarily care for the look or the function of the Tunomatic either.
Yeah.
Anything that's Fender style is going to be considerably more adjustable.
Yeah. The funny thing about Tunomatic and a stoptail is that it's a fair amount of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a long way around the barn.
This right now is my favorite bridge in the whole world, and this is the Hipshot bridge that we have made for us. It's got a thicker plate, so it gives you a little bit. There's a little bit of an angle, and it's very smooth all the way around, and it's very adjustable in every direction, and it's string through, which everybody seems to get a hard on for. So
easy to mount.
Yeah.
That's the other weird thing about a Tunomatic is that they could just make it a little bit wider and give the saddles a little more adjustability, and then you could mount it straight. And I know by now you're used to seeing it at an angle, but that's a pain.
What about that stop tail?
Yeah, the wraparound.
The reach around bridge. Those are good.
Yeah, that's a cool bridge. Yeah, I like that one. It's easy to mount. It's it's only 2 holes.
But sometimes a Tunomatic and stoptail just looks like what people want it to look like.
And we know people that's what they think all guitars have to have.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one true and holy bridge. And you forget what they had before that. and it was really stupid and didn't work very well.
What are we going to put on our guitar build that we're doing this week in class? I mean, I know it's getting a Tunomatic, but are we putting a Bixby on it or?
Oh yeah, I don't know. We could maybe do something like that. Yeah, that would be fun. It has to be different than the other one. It
ought to be different.
Yeah,
it's getting P90s.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
Which might go a long way too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I hesitate to ask this now with about 10 minutes left.
Okay.
Scott Lennon wants to know, what do you guys think of using something like Danish oil for a natural finish?
Oh, that's an easy question to answer quickly. I don't do it.
Oh, you were like the oil finish guy.
Yeah, I love oil finishes, but I think who's that? Scott asked that?
Yeah, Scott Lennon.
Scott, I love oil finishes. I know a lot of guitar builders who love oil finishes. As a rule, guitar players say they like them and they don't like them. So I would say don't do it.
Okay. I'm surprised.
What say ye, Chris, about oil finishes versus a satin finish?
Well, I think if you're going to make the guitar for yourself and you like oil finishes, great. If you're making it for a customer and they want an oil finish
and they specify,
great. If you're making it to sell, you're cutting down on the number of people that are going to like that guitar.
You listen, do you hear that?
Yeah.
That's the hordes of people typing, I love oil finishes.
Great.
How many oil finish necks have you bought from me or Scott?
Well, yeah.
Because I made a bunch of guitars with oil finish necks. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And I don't know. You go to most guitar stores, there's not a lot of oil finish stuff in there.
Doesn't make it right.
Be a reason
it just
for that.
makes
give
it.
the people what they want.
You gotta give the people what they want.
Because Gibson and Fender and everybody else can certainly figure out how to do an oil finish.
Yeah. It's sort of like saying, well, I like Paduk. How come there aren't a bunch of Paduk guitars?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Scoliosis?
Or I like Wenge fretboards. How come every guitar isn't made with a Wenge fretboard?
Yeah.
Bamboo guitars.
Yeah. So it's all cool stuff. But the fact of the matter is that in the pie of guitars built for people, guitar players are really traditional. Really traditional, and convincing them that Bloodwood is like makes the best whatever body blank is going to be an uphill battle, because they're like, no, I want alder, I want ash, I've heard of mahogany, I want that, I don't want I don't know I don't want Yojimbe fretboard.
Man, I forgot about
Yojimbe. Yeah.
We used a lot of Yojimbe early on.
We did.
We haven't used any recently.
We don't use Yojimbe.
Yeah.
Well, you go through phases. You have the small bash, and then you got your things.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tony Lopes wants to know.
Hey, Tony.
How are the Carp Top Challengers coming along?
Tony, that's a great question, because it is now a Carp Top Challenger, and it is yours. And I have kind of decided that I don't want to make any more Carp Top Challengers. So yours is going to be one of the few that that gets done. It's carved, and your USMC fabric is on top of it, and hoorah for that. So yeah, you are going to have kind of a unique piece. We kind of just didn't really want to do it anymore, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll even do that other one.
Yep.
Dan Cook wants to know, and I think you answered this already, but for people that maybe came late. What's the ETA on part 2 of the current burst paint video?
It will be within the next 5 days. I have to edit it down, and then it's going to go up. I even have a special song picked out for it.
Ooh, it's especial.
Yeah.
Dan and Andradas wants to know, are you going to Americanize Brad's videos? Canada's in America, by the way.
I'm not sure. No, I think if we remake, okay, how about this? If it just so happens that we remake a video that Brad already did, it's not going to be because we want to remake it. It's just going to be by coincidence that we redo it.
Yeah.
You haven't watched
in a lot of ways,
everyone?
he's
No, we haven't
kind of
watched
the YouTube go-to paint guy.
Yeah.
A lot of people watch his videos. A lot of people
Yeah, he's known
follow
for
what
paint.
he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so if we make a video about paint, it's going to probably get compared to a Brad video.
Mhm.
And it's not, we're not intentionally trying to make a Brad video.
No, and we'll make it in the same classic style that we've made all of our other videos.
We will conduct ourselves as
According.
we always have.
That's right.
Yep.
With gentlemanly decorum
Yep. And fart jokes.
and dick and fart jokes.
Ken Tipton. I remember when you got laid off and decided to do Texas Toast full time.
That's right. Ken's been around for a long time. By the way, I did not get laid off.
No, you lost the contract.
I lost the contract. That's right.
And you decided to do TT full time. I'm sure that was scary.
Mhm.
How long has it been now? And are you where you want to be in that time frame?
That's a great question. It's been a little over 2 years, and everything is still very fluid. We're evolving into ways that I don't think we could have expected 2 years ago.
No.
Even
a year ago in a lot of ways.
One of the things that we have really been enjoying is the having guys like the guys who are here this week, and you'll meet them all tomorrow, having them come out and spend a week with us and make neat guitars.
I always like to say that it's fun just standing around telling people what to do,
Mhm.
but that's really not how it works.
That's
at
not.
all.
Yeah, as soon as we get to that part, yeah, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely hands-on for everybody, including Chris and myself.
Mhm. Yeah, but it's still fun. And
Yeah. And that's something that we could have never done before.
No, but we did talk about it. And when we first got into the new space,
Which
it
new
was
space?
this
The first,
okay.
the
Yeah, the
smaller
first- yeah.
spaces.
away from the garage
Yeah.
to a separate industrial shop.
Mm-hmm.
I remember talking about it and like, oh, we could maybe do some of this stuff that we've been wanting to do. Well, how often could we do it? I don't know. We want to do it. I don't know. It was like what?
Once a quarter.
Yeah, I think that was
I
our
think was
idea.
the
Was once
first,
a quarter,
and it took off from there. And now we're doing it once a month. Except for when we're doing it twice a month. It's really cool. So
yeah. So am I exactly where I want to be? No. But it's a pretty cool dream job, that's for sure.
mhm.
You
You sit around drinking LaCrux.
Yeah.
It's
And
super
I
fun.
don't.
So Ed DePriest wants to know
Hey, Ed.
if this is possible.
Okay.
An offset body with Texas Toast headstock and triple P90s.
So a super Casanova with 3 P90s absolutely is possible.
It's a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Ed, send me an email, and in the subject line, if you would please, you don't have to do this, but if you would please put the title Super Casanova, and what you want is a Super Casanova with 3 P90s. Yeah, totally doable.
Yep.
We haven't made a Super Casanova in a long time, and
We
I
haven't. I was
really
thinking about
really
that the
kind of
other day.
miss
Yeah.
the Super Casanova.
Uh-huh.
I want to bring it back.
Yep. Yeah, they're cool.
What is a cooler name of all of the Texas Toast guitars? We have a handful of models. There's the Challenger, which is an awesome guitar.
Mhm.
And if I could only make one guitar for the rest of my life, I would want it to be Challengers.
Okay.
But it doesn't have nearly an irreverent enough name. It's not like the Prostitute, which is a fantastic name for a guitar. Or the Kaiser Blade is, everyone's like, well, why the hell do you call it that? And it's the whole thing. But I love making that guitar. And the Super Casanova is another one that's super, super cool. We also have the Daily Driver, which I think is kind of waning right now.
Yeah.
We might be altering the Daily Driver a little bit here in the future.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so what do you think has the coolest name of any of the Texas Toast guitars?
Well, I like Super Casanova.
Yeah, that's
just 'cause
definitely
it's
cool.
so goofy. Especially when you realize that there are two other models:
That's right.
the Casanova Deluxe,
And
the Casanova LTD, and then the Super
Casanova. Yeah, that's right.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So.
Yep.
Yeah. And really, the only reason we made Deluxes and LTDs was because we had the name.
Yeah.
We made one of each or something like that.
We made
Two of
3 or
each.
4 of the LTDs and
Yeah,
one. We have only made
yeah.
one Casanova Deluxe.
Yeah, I thought the LTD was the basic.
That is the basic. Remember,
Yeah,
there's
only
a couple of
one of
those gold ones floating around.
Oh,
and,
yeah. I guess those are. Yeah. I thought those kind of predated the whole Casanova thing, even. So,
Gary Taft says, if there's a better name for a guitar than the Kaiser Blade, I'm not sure what it is. I don't know what it is either, Gary. So, guys, we're gonna go ahead and
Paul.
You know why Ace Frehley plays the Les Paul?
No, Matt.
I don't know either. So, guys, thanks for watching. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. If you're in the Denver area and you want to come to a class here, you'll get to meet Anthony Icavangelo. He will come over and say hey and try to sell you something. And who knows? Maybe it'll even show up one day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Might
you never
even be a
can tell.
guitar case.
If you're not in the Denver area, though, and you want to shop at Flipside Music, their website is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they'll be happy to take your money that away. I'd also like to thank Steve from Maximum Guitars. Steve gets back in town tomorrow, I believe. Steve from Maximum Guitars, who is a very cool guy and a super awesome kind of mad scientist template designer. And if you sign up for the Great American Guitar Building Challenge, you get $100 off. Right off the bat, you get $100 off of the Steve, any of Steve's templates, and he will hook you up and make you, you'll be the coolest kid in the neighborhood for sure. John and Cheryl from Bitterroot Guitars are also super, super cool people. I love everything that we get from them, and I love all of the exchanges that we have with them. I got to start making the videos for John because he sent me the stuff to make them. So maybe I'll do that next week. How about that?
Sure.
And, of course, Dan and Calvin at Guitar Wood Experts, the experts at Guitar Wood, everything Guitar Wood. If you guys need Guitar Wood, think Dan and Calvin at Guitar Wood Experts. That was just about corny enough, wasn't it? Let's go eat steak. You want to? Is there anything else that we need to do before we leave?
I'm already checked out.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for the reveal from this week's Build the Classic Set Neck class, the all woodworking class. Can't wait to show you guys what's coming because it's very, very excellent. We'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and we're going to go eat steak. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yay!
All right.